It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see David Montgomery. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Voyagers and the Shamrocks, next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And here we go from Paris. To return, here's Paris Campbell. This return makes it up to the 25. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out is the seventh-year pro. Seems to be in the MVP conversation every year now. It's Josh Allen.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just one touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 12 there. And they're going to have a first down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. He's on the move. Stepping up, and he's going to run. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Braylon Trice there to meet him. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Conklin brings it in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And leading them out is their second-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Levis going to throw on the first play. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for 2nd down. Shotgun now for Levis. Olave with the catch. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So on 4th down, it's going to be Cameron Johnston out to put a charge into this one. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Shamrocks start getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. On 1st down, Allen bails out of the pocket quick. He'll step up, and there he goes.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Complete out to the right. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Throw left side, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Allen on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Are you ready to see a record broken today, Kate? Because I think I am. I don't know what this offense is, but this defender's already got 2 sacks, and we're not even through the 1st quarter. And if my math is right, he's on pace for 8. The record's 7, so we got something to monitor the rest of the way.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Give to Montgomery to start the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll give him a 1st down. Levis out of the pistol. Pass complete to Wiley. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Levis from the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on.
And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Voyagers getting ready to punt this skyward. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. Man, it'll be their football. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Blitz coming here, Allen. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Back to the air, Allen. He's on the move. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives them the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Bobby Okereke making that stop. It's a gain of 4, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Throwing now on first down, Allen has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing here, Allen. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Allen to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Oh, what a stiff arm. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Shamrocks get the game's first points here in the second. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Well, Brock, it looked like it took the full defense a while to recognize that he was actually running with it. I think it limited their ability to stop what turned into a pretty impressive touchdown.
I think you're exactly right on this one, Kate. Not too many scrambles go this far for a touchdown, and you got to give some credit to the guys around him. None of those receivers, tight ends, well, they just sold it. They didn't look back at him, had they? I think the defense is able to react and stop that touchdown. Instead, that's 6 big points on the board.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Deontay Hardy to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense making its way back out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me. with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Option play. Here's Montgomery. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. Getting out to his left. He's running for it. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Levis. Pitts brings it in. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Here's Levis. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Jason Myers lining up for the field goal try. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Their offense running back out now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. They'll start this series with an option left. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
He calls his own number again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Play action now with Allen. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 12 there. And they'll have 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but
and he's able to take this one in. Touchdown. The Shamrocks get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Shamrocks double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on kickoff. Hardy. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Sanders on the shotgun handoff. Brushes him off these. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Into the hands of Pitts. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play, and it sets up 1st down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally just like that one.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Levis. McConkey's got it on the sideline. And he's out of bounds at the 4. Oh, he was thinking touchdown there. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Montgomery. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal, it's an option to the left. And he's in for the touchdown. The Voyagers start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Will Levis with the touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Voyagers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Gamble now on the return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Pressure coming. It's Allen. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Bobby Okereke making that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's going to push one deep down the right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
He's on the move. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Braylon Trice there to meet him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Flush it. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Their offense headed out now, not much time left before the half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Levis here on 1st down. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Buys time, roll. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now ahead of 3rd down. We get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout. Shotgun now for Levis. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
The Shamrocks and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a 1st down. So we've arrived at halftime with the Shamrocks enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you back across the pond to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman waiting patiently to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Reports. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. We were treated to a fine first half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Lad McConkey. So it'll be second down. Levis to the air now. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Levis. Hitting Olave on the slant. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Looking to throw, Levis. Gets this to Montgomery. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will...
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Levis out of the pistol. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Punting unit out now. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. It's Allen out of the pistol. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The offense getting set to go. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they've played on their side of the ball.
They're working a couple of yards past the line. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 41. Finds McConkey. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. Montgomery now up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Levis from the shotgun. He finds McConkey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Levis. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Washington now to return. And look at this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw for Allen. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Avoid some trouble there. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
The Shamrocks have their punt team out there now. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Voyagers and Will Levis set to take over again. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. 35 on the pickup. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Levis now on first down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So it's second down coming up. On the play fake, it's Levis. Wiley hauls it in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Levis throwing again. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! Pickup of 12 on that play. And they're going to have a first down. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Gets this to McConkey. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing is Levis. Escapes out to the left.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Lengthy 4th down try here. They need 6. They'll go Levis. He's on the move. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Works the sideline to the 30. And he's going to get this to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that'll give him a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 46. Into the hands of Conklin. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Throwing here, Allen. Rolling left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
He takes it himself, and he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Chased out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Got all of it, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Hardy on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. That outruns their offense. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Levis. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And it sets up 2nd down. Levis setting to throw. This is complete to Olave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And they bring him down around the 34. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives them the first.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. He gets him 3, and this brings up 2nd and goal. It's an option to the left side. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. Oh, they're trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. 4th down, that much tougher.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. He can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This offense ready to get going again now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Paris. Shamrocks leading by 7. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running it again with Dobbins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Shamrocks as we say au revoir from Paris.